welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Jibun Techo. I'm going to do an overview because I just got this guy in the mail a few days ago and I'd like to share it with you. So I saw this online. I was able to find a few other videos with it or with an overview of what the planner has, and I really loved it. It did seem very different to me. It seemed similar to me to the Hobonichi Techo, but it also had some differences, namely the color, and they also have kind of a cool way of delineating when sunset and sunrise is. So I'll walk you guys through a little bit more of that. But the point is, I saw it, I thought to myself, I really don't need another planner right now, but I might want to use this at some point later on in the year, and I don't want to lose out on the opportunity to get it because as far as I know, it seems to only come out once a year. So I ordered it from an Etsy company and I will link it down below, and I got this blue cover. When I opened it, it had this little cardboard here, and it has just the name and diary life idea because it is 3 books in there. I'll show you when I open that. And then it had other things written in Japanese, so clearly I don't know Japanese, so I cannot read what it says, but I think it has the breakdown or an example of how to use the planner. The other cool thing is that it comes with this it's like a hard plastic that you can put inside of the planner or in the back of the planner and use this to indicate where you are or as a page marker. So it came with it already. I don't know if they all come packed that way, but the link for the Etsy shop that I'll put down below will have the exact link for how I ordered it. But it came with this little extra and I really like it, even though I haven't had the opportunity to get in on it. So side note, it came a few days ago, but I was really sick and I wasn't able to play around with it, and then my husband came to visit. He lives in another state for the time being, and he came over to visit, so I haven't had a chance to really go through it, and last night was the first night I actually went through it, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. So it has this kind of translucent vellum in the front. It says log your life, 3-in-1 log diary. The diary, weekly, monthly, and yearly schedule, monthly project, my dream, monthly plan, weekly plan, list of favorite phrases, recommendations, books, movies, gifts and prices, route maps, and personal info in the diary. Then it has this life section. It says dream, 100 wishes, motto, life plan, anniversaries, travel map, my news, family tree, emergency contacts, password hints, financial management, and medical record. And then it has the idea section, which is just a grid memo book. So I don't know if I'm going to pull that out. Here we go. I can just pull that out. This is actually 3 books, so it actually has this thing called a life book, and it starts on the left-hand side of this booklet. So this is a cover. I'm going to go ahead and try to remove it. Let's see. So this is the cover of the planner, and it is just, it's similar to the cover for like the cover on cover for the Hobonichi Weeks. It is this plastic-y kind of material, and it has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 card slots. and it has these two large slots. And then it just has this piece of paper. It feels kind of like a construction paper. Sorry. It feels kind of like construction paper, and they have them in different colors, and I just chose the blue one, frankly, because it was the least expensive. On the Etsy shop that I got it from, I think it ended up costing me like $80 or something for the planner and for the shipping, since it isn't available on any American stores that I know of. But this is the outside cover, and then it has 3 books inside of it. It has this life book, which, if you recall just a few minutes ago, was on the left-hand side, which is why the title of the book is on the back cover, but it's also on the front cover, so I guess you can put it in any direction that you'd like. There's the life book. There is this idea book, which again also has idea in the front and in the back, or the American front and back. We're going to go into these in a second, and then this is kind of the meat of the planner, and it says 2017 in the front, it says nothing in the back, and then it has the planner on the inside. So it's these 3 books are located inside this cover, and you also have this plastic ruler / divider or page marker. I really like the idea of this planner, no pun intended, because you have these 3 sections, and I guess the way that it is meant to be used is that this is your life planner. This is something that goes with you from year to year to year. This is your idea planner, and for me, I think of it more as like a bullet journal, because it is just blank gridded paper, which I'll zoom in on. It is just blank gridded paper. So for me, I would use this more as like a bullet journal, where you're just using it as much as you want or as little as you want to have any of the extra notes. But the life one would stay with you then for life if you were using it in that manner, and then this one you could replace. You can replace the individual books with this system, so you could always replace the idea book when you had to replace it. You would keep the life one forever, and clearly you would keep the 2017 just for 2017. So I want to go into each of these so that I can give you guys a full overview and an idea of what is in each book. So I want to start with the idea book first. It's just the simplest, and I have you guys zoomed in. So it's pretty much just a bound, it is pretty much just a bound notebook with grid paper. It does have a margin that goes across, let's see, maybe 2, 4, 6, about 6.5 squares, and it also has a big square here on the left hand and then on the right hand side for the left versus the right pages. It's not a terrible amount of pages. Let's see if I can get kind of a rough estimate. Let's see, right on the middle. I would say, I didn't count them individually, but it's probably about 50 pages, like 25 on each side. And I really like that it's grid paper. The paper feels really smooth. I do not think that it's the Tomoe River paper. It feels thin, but definitely different than the Hobonichi, but I don't know for sure. I also haven't done a pen test on it yet, since, as I said, yesterday was the first time that I actually played around with it. So that is the idea book. The life book is next, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys out. So the life book is intended, I guess, to stay with you throughout your life, and it has some very interesting features. So to begin with, it has how to use the planner, but obviously I don't really know how I don't really know what they're indicating or how they're advising you to use the planner, but I can read the titles since they are all in English. So it has Life's Dream, and it has 2 columns and 2, 4, 6, 8 sections that are somewhat smaller, and then 1 section down here that's a lot bigger for your life's dream. And then it has 100 wishes, and it has 100 spots for you to write potentially your wishes. It's 2 rows of the squares. The squares look similar in size to the Hobonichi Techo. I am going to grab mine so that I can tell you if it's a little bit bigger or smaller. This is a little bit narrower than the Hobonichi Techo because it is an A5 narrow. So I'll be sure to go ahead and grab that so that I can give you a comparison point. So just for a quick comparison, this is the Hobonichi Techo cousin size, but it's the Avec version. And if I put one of the books right next to it, you can see that is how much narrower it is. And if I open it up and look at the squares are just about the same size. I'm lining them right up that way, and obviously they're squares, so they're going to be the same on all sides. I can line it up this way as well, so the squares are indeed the same size as you'll find in the Hobonichi. So going back to the life book, there's the life stream. There's the 100 wish list. It goes up to 100 right here, and then it has several extra ones. Let's see, probably about 15 extra spaces. Then there's personal motto, and as you can see, there's lots and lots of spaces to write your personal mottos. I guess if they change throughout the years, that might be helpful. Then there's a life plan, and at the very beginning it says 2020, 2020, 2020. I have no idea what these things say, but I do know that they're chunked out. So these 2, 4, 6 are together, then there's a little space, then there's 4 more, and then there's a larger space. I'm not sure, I haven't found any other videos on YouTube where they're explaining what this says in Japanese. There probably is one out there and I'm just not aware of them just yet, so it's probably something I'll have to research afterwards to see if I can get a little bit more information on that. This is just an empty page, but it's set up just like this life plan page is, and also the 20s are going across the top, so I'm really not sure what that is, but it's kind of an interesting layout. Then it goes on to the Perpetual Calendar. So here we have January anniversaries, and you'll have it 1 through 31. So it's interesting because this planner differs from the Hobonichi in that there's the Hobonichi also has prescribed colors for different months of the year, but this one has a little bit more pronounced colors. So there's a color block on the top and a color block that goes down the middle, whereas in the Hobonichi you just don't have as much color. So I do appreciate that because I really like having a theme, and then if I'm going to decorate, I could decorate within that theme. And I do kind of appreciate more color. It's something that I struggle with, or something that I kind of miss within my Hobonichi. But this one has January and February. February is kind of this taupe color, and January is more of a like heather blue. There's a bright pastel-y pink for March, and then kind of a forest green for April. Then more of a kind of, I would say, clover green, maybe a little bit more of a vibrant green for May. Some of these colors aren't that different from each other. Like you have a grayish tone blue for June that's not all that different than January. And I do know that they repeat themselves, so maybe they started repeating there, because July you have that bright green again. August you have more of a brownish taupe. Then you have gray for September. Another grayish blue for October, seems like that March green for November, and a pink for December. This pink is more like a salmon-y pink, so I'm not sure if it's like a direct repeat or not. Let's see. It doesn't seem like it is. They're very close together, but they're not like a direct repeat. I'm not sure. So here is a Japanese travel map with just right there the islands of Japan. There's a world travel map where I guess you can document where you've traveled in the world. Then there's My News. Age 0 through 4 is the first page, and here you have indicators for age over here, and you have 12 sections, one line for each month divided into 2 categories or 2 boxes by this line in the middle. Then you have family news and world news. So you have this whole block for age 0, this whole block right here for age 1, and then that goes on to, I think it's age 99. Let's see. It goes on for a really long time. Yep, right here through 99. So you would have a place for your news, for family news, and for world news for 99 years. The funny thing is that I'm thinking about just getting one of these for my son and just like starting to write things up for him. Not that he would be a planner person or that he would even be this kind of planner person, or who knows if this company will even be around when he's older. He is 7, but I do like doing some sort of memory keeping for him, and maybe he'd be into it. So after that, there's this family tree. I like the way that it's set up, but I'll have to think it through a little bit more because it does have 2 sections, so I'm not sure how you would use them. So it is cute, but it's not something that I necessarily know how to use at this moment. I just haven't wrapped my head around it. I think I haven't spent enough time with the book just yet. Here is an emergency contact list. It has 20 on this page. And that is it. I actually like this because there's some numbers, like my husband changed his phone number a few months ago, and I really just have not learned it yet. And sometimes if your phone is dead, searching through my email to try to figure out what his number is. So that's like a good example of why you should not just back up your computer and back up your phone, which I do all the time, but just also being able to have that list in case you need it, or maybe you can use it for something else. I really like this page too. It's a password hint list, and it has 39 sections for you to do your password hints. And I don't know what it says up there, but if I had to hazard a guess, I bet it would be some sort of guidance on how to make a good password. Then there's a financial management section, and this is sectioned off 1 through 11, and then 1 through 6, 1 through 8, and 1 through 5, and then this little section right here. And again, I probably just need to do some more research. I'd be happy to go do some more and come back and do a follow-up video on this, but I'm not quite sure what is supposed to be set out in these squares, but I still like the planner nonetheless. Here is medical record, and finally favorite photos. It's kind of a bummer that it's just one section for your favorite photo. And that's about it. Overall, I think this is a really lovely planner, and I'm really excited to give it a try. I hope you found this review useful, and if you'd like, consider subscribing to the channel by clicking on the box down below, and I'll see you guys next time.